How are you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, it's been a busy time recently. I thought I'd pop by today because I'm starting to build a real problem with presentations.
Oh, okay. What's the issue with it?
Well, I think particularly nerves, but also my delivery. I'm getting wobbly. I'm losing the train of thought.
Okay.
I'm getting really self-conscious in front of the group as well. I'm thinking they're thinking about me and what they're thinking, and that's getting in the way of me presenting. And I'm actually beginning to think I just can't do it.
Well, I'm sure that's not the case. A lot of it is practice, and a lot of it is the more you do it, the more comfortable you feel.
Right.
In terms of that sense of the audience and feeling the audience is getting in the way. I mean, one of the things I've found, which you may or may not be helpful to you, is when I do a presentation, I tend to focus on somebody in the audience, so you can, rather than getting overwhelmed by the range of people that are there and what they're all thinking, is to find a friendly face and talk to them, so that you're almost having a conversation. Would that be something that might...
I'll try that, yeah. I mean, that's one thing that I haven't tried. I tried to talk to too many people, perhaps, and so that experience...
It can be quite disorientating, can't it? Particularly if you've got an audience that's quite mixed in their response, and you've got some people who are kind of nodding off, and other people who are looking like they're looking at but not really paying attention.
The last group was just...
it can be really useful. I mean, I remember doing a presentation once. I was really nervous to a group of quite senior people, and there was one person who sat and smiled at me all the way through, and I just focused on that person, and then I could really... I really found that was helped me to concentrate.
That way, if I'm kind of more focused on my delivery, then people actually that might take away some of the kind of fears that I've got around the whole audience too. Yeah,
because I think the nerves, the tense, you need ways, don't you, of controlling those nerves. And I mean, other things that you can do is just thinking about your breathing, thinking about how, do you try and physically relax yourself before a presentation. Deep breaths is often a good thing, slow breathing. Because what we tend to do when we talk a lot, when we're doing a presentation, we start talking quickly if we're nervous about something. And then that kind of winds you up a bit as well. So even just consciously thinking about the way that you're talking might just help to calm those nerves. Of course, like brandy or something before.
That might calm my nerves, but it might slur my words as well. But I can try that. I mean, that's really helpful too. So what you're telling me is that, well, a way of doing this is to actually pace my breathing, not speak too quickly, focus on someone in the audience.
To slow it down, because one of the things I think we often do is, because we're rushing through it, we tend to talk quicker anyway. And so if you slow it down, deliberately slow it down, it gives you two things. It gives you the ability to think about what it is you're doing and what you're saying, what's coming next, but it also relaxes you a little bit. So just that thinking, consciously thinking, and although it'll feel really slow to you, I know when I first started trying to do that, it felt like I was really slow, but actually to the people listening, it doesn't. So don't feel that you've got to kind of race through it. Take your time. Taking time is really important.
When I've seen good presenters, I always get a bit jealous of them, because they do seem to have this very paced way of doing it. So that's really helpful.
I think just not getting too het up about having to get through the stuff. Just try and calm it down a little bit.
So the best thing for me to do, I think, is to, next time I have a presentation, I think beforehand I'll do some planning. And I'm going to write down some of the things you've told me about, and I'll focus on putting those into action.
And just think about, find a friendly face, breathe. Don't forget to just try and relax and enjoy it. And remember as well that you probably know more about the subject you're talking about than anybody else in the room, and that they've chosen to come and listen to you. So that's always
Which might be true.
Which may or may not be true. Okay.
Thank you.